Meantime, the following segment is for our friends over at hockeyfights.com. I want you to break this down. Excuse me, I'm losing my voice. Break this down considering you played in the National League, you scrapped in the National League. Wayne Simmonds against AJ Greer.
Ooh, boy. Greersy was just not ready. You see him go for the handle, and then he kind of backs off, and Wayne just goes to attack mode, man. And I mean, you can't string Wayne Simmonds out. One of the things he's got is those really long arms and a big reach. So you need to get inside of that guy. Watch, he goes, oh boy, now he tries to string him out. Sorry, bud. Wayne's arms are 4 inches longer than yours. You try to turn your head and put your arm in front of him. He's just going to reach around and tag you. Tagged him with the right. Then I love going to lefts here. Like, what are you gonna do? That guy is on all defense, and Wayno just put him into concussion protocol. It was an absolute mopping of that guy. And look at him. He tags him with that first one, then switches. The guy doesn't even know what to possibly do. He has no defense, and that just shows Wayno's toughness, man. I love seeing him get in there, try to spark the boys up, and can't ask too much more when you drop the gloves than what you're looking at right there.
So apparently that stemmed from the previous meeting 2 weeks ago, and there was a bit of a brouhaha, if you remember, I think after the second period. And Simmonds, obviously tougher guys in the league, remember everything. He took notice of the number, and the best thing about this is Greer scored a goal like a couple minutes before that.
I know, kind of funny that was the timing of it. I don't think that had anything to do with it, but just happened to get Wayno out there to try to spark the boys. That's the best time where I'd like to scrap is when you're on home ice, you get scored against, and all the fans are sitting down slouching, and good time to get them on their feet and snap that momentum, shift away from the opposing team with a good scrap. And I imagine that barn was pretty excited about that dusting right there, and then you just got to leave it up to the hands of the boys to try to respond after that.
Was there anybody you scrapped in your day in the show that was like notorious for only taking a fight when it benefited them?
Whew. No one that I could name, call, and pick out right now. More guys that stand out are guys that are willing to do it, and as long as you reciprocate. And it's one of those ones where if your team just scored a goal and you're going to honor this guy, Sean Thornton comes to mind as a guy that would honor me anytime, and vice versa. And there was that mutual respect. And I knew that if we just got piled on and got scored on, and my number's called to go have, a bump up shift, I'd ask them, and vice versa. If we just scored and then I go out there, it's like, don't give this momentum back, Rosie. But you want to honor the guy because he did it to you 2 weeks ago. So you shed him with him, and you better be ready to rock and roll and not lose that fight, because you don't want the deflation to be on the bench after, they put you out there after you just gained momentum with a goal. So it goes back and forth. But at the end of the day, if you can handle yourself and you're established, you can decide when you're ready to go and how you handle those things. And guys that stand out to me are the guys that honor you when maybe they don't want to.
Yeah, I like Thornton's game quite a bit. He was a tough hombre, and from time to time he could chip in offensively. That was my type of scrapper back in the day, a guy that, could just be a bit of a weapon, add some depth in the bottom six, and drop the mitts whenever you please. And I think, as you can attest to, he chucked them back in the day specifically for the Boston Bruins.